Introducing tasks in Clarityflow. So you can get to your tasks right here in the sidebar. Go to tasks, and I'll start by just creating my first task. Now, by default, it'll assign to myself, or I can assign someone else. And there's my first task. Now I can also create tasks on individual messages in my conversations. So here I'm in a conversation that I'm having with someone, and I can start a new message. And in addition to recording a video and typing some text, I can go up here and add tasks to this message. I can add several tasks here. And now when the other person in this conversation sees this message, they can also check off these tasks just like that. Now when I go back to my main task list, I can see all the tasks that I'm managing. I can use these filters to show me completed or incompleted tasks. I can see only my own tasks. Or I can also subscribe to tasks by looking at any task and adding myself as a subscriber as I am here. That means that I'll get notified whenever this person checks off this task. And that brings me to this task detail. So if I click on any individual task, this is where I can manage the title for the task. I can unassign or assign anyone else from my contacts. I can set a due date. I can give the task a description. And I can go straight to the message that this task is attached to. I can also check it off right here if I want to. Now, just like everything in Clarityflow, we can turn tasks into templates, and that happens in the library. So if I go to the library, and let's say I have some message templates, maybe they're part of a lesson plan or they're part of a course that I put together in Clarityflow, I can open up any of these individual lessons and I can add tasks to the message template itself. And this becomes a task template that will automatically be included in this message whenever it gets posted into a conversation or included as part of a course. Now, in the case of a task template, this in itself is not an individual task yet. It's just a template for a future task. So when we set a due date, what we are doing here is we're setting up rules for how the future due date will be calculated. So for example, I can say 3 days here, and that means that whenever this template is turned into a new task, it'll be due 3 days after that. And then I can control what time of day that due date will occur. And then I can also use these checkboxes to ensure that the due date will always be on a weekday and not a Saturday or Sunday, or I can customize those days as I want to. And then finally, here are some rules around who the task will be assigned to. Again, these are dynamic, so we can choose to automatically assign it to whoever the most recent guest in the conversation could be. So in other words, if you're a coach and you're having conversations with clients, that will automatically assign the task to the client and not yourself. Or if this is like a team situation, you can automatically assign it to the other team member in whatever conversation it is. Or finally, you can just say, like, just leave it unassigned. And so now this task is part of this message template, and then whenever I use this message in any conversation, just like I'll do right here, just to demonstrate this, I'll go into this lesson right here, and I will start a new message. And I'll go to my library. I believe it was lesson 3. Okay, so now I have inserted that message template into a conversation, and it automatically includes this task, And as you can see, it's now due 3 days from today, but actually I'm heading into a weekend, and so it automatically pushed that due date out until February 17th, so it avoided a weekend. So that was pretty nice. So that's an overview of the tasks feature and everything that you can do with it in Clarityflow.